Good morning, everybody. So this is the video for Wednesday, October 27th for English 1101. And I am going to be going over the template assignment from the textbook They Say, I Say today. But the other thing that I wanted to talk to people about is that this is the week for midterm assessments. So you are going to be receiving a report in your email from me about how you're doing in the class up until this point. So the thing you want to look for is whether or not you are missing any assignments. I will be letting you know if you are missing assignments, and if so, how many. And I may invite you to email me back with a plan for making up missed work if you have missed assignments. So please read the email carefully when you get it. You should be getting that email by Friday of this week. And if not by Friday, then definitely over the weekend, so that in the next video, I will be able to give a report on, basically how the whole class is doing. Of course, not, naming any individuals, but just a general overview. Now, the other thing is the topic proposals for the exploratory essay were due on Monday the 25th. And so far, I have only received 6 topic proposals from the class. So that's not a very good rate of response to that. So I am concerned at this point. And if you have not yet submitted a topic proposal for your exploratory essay, you really need to do that. So please go into Blackboard in the Unit 2 folder and find the topic proposal assignment, which is a sheet that you need to fill out. And you're not expected to have the perfect idea for your topic proposal at this point in the game. I don't expect anybody to come out of the starting gate with the absolute finished plan for what you're going to write about in your exploratory essay. What I want to see is the idea of what you're most interested in and what aspects of that topic interest you most. And then I will get back to you with feedback about how you can shape that into a plan for a paper. The purpose of the topic proposal is to start a conversation with me. That's what it's about. It's so if you get your topic proposal back and you see it's only a 75, I wanted a 100 on it. All that means is that you're not quite there yet with a plan, and that I have given you feedback that I would like you to take under consideration, right? And use that feedback to shape it into a plan so that it is a 100, right? That's the whole idea of the topic proposal. So I would like people to, on the one hand, get me something, right? It doesn't have to be a completely fully baked idea. I am much happier to get a half-baked idea on the topic proposal than no topic proposal at all, right? I want to make sure everybody finishes this class and gets a good grade in it. That's my objective. And I hope it's your objective too. So please go into the folder, Unit 2, and find the topic proposal assignment and submit it. Right? And I will get back to you. My commitment is to get back to everybody within 3 days of receiving the topic proposal. All right, so I am now going to go into the screen sharing mode and show you what's new in Unit 2. All right, so we are going into the content section. And I want to point out to everybody the PDF version of our textbook, They Say, I Say, by Gerald Graff and Kathy Birkenstein and Russell Durst. All right, so what we are going to be doing is we are going to be doing a reading from this book. So the PDF version of They Say, I Say is going to stay in the content folder. It's not going anywhere, folks. You will always find it above the unit folders under content in Blackboard. So you're going to scroll past the table of contents and you're going to scroll past the preface. The preface, you'll notice, has Roman numerals, not regular numbers, not Arabic numbers, Roman numerals. Scroll past the preface. You're going to go to the introduction. All right, so I'm just going to let it scroll here. What this book does is it provides you with techniques and writing templates that can help you in your academic writing. It starts here, the introduction, entering the conversation on the first numbered page, right? So you're going to go to this first numbered page, the introduction, they say, I say. So if you want, you can go to the sidebar and just click here, introduction, entering the conversation, right? And you're going to read from here through page 17. So this allows you, this is an example of one of the templates that they introduce in this book that can help you with academic writing, not just in this class, but with all of your university classes. So here's an example. This is a template for writing about a question on which there is more than one viewpoint. So for example, many Americans assume that blank, right? On the one hand, blank, on the other hand, blank. Author X contradicts herself. At the same time that she argues blank, she also implies blank. I agree that blank, this is not to say that blank. Okay, so in other words, what you're doing is these are phrases that allow you to get at the issues that have more than one side so that you don't trap yourself into making absolute statements that you can't support, right? So you want to avoid using terms like it's always true that, or everybody knows that, right? These templates allow you to recognize that it's never that simple, right? But sometimes the complexity of academic writing gets us very spooked about like, are we really able to do it, right? What this book does is it demystifies those things and it makes it, it gives us the tools so that we can actually write about complex ideas without getting ourselves into a literary bind, right? So please read up to page 18. And so this is starting with what the reason the book is called They Say, I Say is that it's organized into the two things you need to be able to do for successful academic writing. And the first thing is being able to write about what others have written. So the first part of the book is all about that. It's all about how to respond to readings, how to respond to what you have read and what authors have written about a subject. So an example of a template like that is this one. In recent discussions of blank, this is where you put in your own words, a controversial issue has arisen about whether blank. On the other hand, some argue blank, from this perspective blank. On the other hand, however, others argue that blank, right? Feel free to use these templates in your writing. I will not consider it plagiarism, right? The question, but isn't this plagiarism? The answer is no, it isn't. It's not. It is a structure on which you put your own ideas. What plagiarism really is about, it's about using the ideas of other writers and not crediting them. Not about a phrasing structure, right? A phrasing structure, language belongs to all of us, and phrasing structures are shared. Think of them as public content, right? So here we have an example, and we are at this point on page 17, and this is the template that I want you guys to use. So let's take a look at that template. I want everybody to upload one paragraph using this template on page 17. Notice that there's one, number 1, and there's someone, number 2. I want you to do number 1. It is not necessary to do number 2. If you are excited about number 2 and you want to go ahead and, really challenge yourself, that's fine. But what I want to see mainly is you using this paragraph right here. So the point is, do the exercise on page 17. Now let me read it. In the introduction to They Say, I Say, the moves that matter in academic writing, Gerald Graff and Kathy Birkenstein provide templates designed to, and then you're going to have to summarize in one phrase what those templates are designed to do. Now that means you're going to have to use your paraphrasing skills. It also means you are going to have to read the whole introduction up to page 17. There's no way you can do this exercise if you don't read the introduction. You need to read the introduction so that you can summarize the material from it. Specifically, Graff and Birkenstein argue that the types of writing templates they offer, and then you're going to fill in the blank here, as the authors themselves put it, and here you're going to do a quotation. You're going to use a quote from them put it in the quotation marks in this blank. Although some people believe blank, Graff and Birkenstein insist that blank. In some, then, their view is that blank. Okay, so this is what you guys are going to do. You're going to fill this out, and then you are going to upload it as a Microsoft Word document to the upload prompt provided in the Unit 2 folder. And that is due tonight by midnight, okay? So that is that, all right? So just taking a look at what I'm looking for in terms of that proposal, right? Or in terms of that exercise, it's 25 points for submitting it on time, 25 points for the correct citation of the source information. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Template exercise for They Say, I Say. This is the one. So excuse me. So what I am looking for, I'm looking for having it submitted on time, Wednesday, October 27th. The assignment is worth 100 points, 50 points for submitting it on time, 25 points for using the template to write the complete response, 25 points for uploading it as a Microsoft Word document. So in other words, you're going to have to create a Microsoft Word document and compose a paragraph using the template in exercise 1 on page 17 of They Say, I Say. You are going to have to read the whole introduction to do that. Okay, so that's what's due tonight. And now, the other thing is one more plug for getting in your topic proposal. If you have not yet submitted your topic proposal, please do so. It is due tonight before midnight. The topic proposal is right here. It is a one-page worksheet that you're going to fill out. In a way, it's kind of a template of itself, right? The subject I'm interested in writing about is, and you can be general here, that's okay. 2 or 3 specific aspects that interest me most are, number 2, ask you to get specific. What is it about that subject? Now remember that the subject needs to be connected to class material. So please go through the folders, the content folders 1 and 2, because you're going to need 2 in-class sources to write about. So that means the one restriction of this assignment is that it needs to be related to the class material so that you can effectively use 2 in-class sources, any of the articles that we have discussed and written about since the beginning of the semester. Anything in the Unit 1 folder, anything in the Unit 2 folder, any of those articles, but you need 2 of them. The main question I would like to guide my essay, so remember you're going to need not a thesis as in an opinion, right? It's not guided by your opinion, but it's guided by a guiding question. What is it that you want to know more about your topic, right? And if that doesn't work, maybe, right? So if you haven't decided on a guiding question yet, if there's a few different questions you have about your topic, Write them all down, and I will give you feedback on which ones I think will get you to the best possible essay. Number 5 asks you to ask me for help, right? On anything at all, whether that is help coming up with a guiding question, whether that's help deciding on a topic, whether that's help finding outside sources, anything at all, okay? So it's an invitation for you to start a conversation with me about your essay, right? So that's it for today. Please, again, check your email for the report for the midterm assessment. And if you have any questions about that, about the exploratory essay or the exercise from They Say, I Say, or anything at all, please email me and I'll be glad to get back to you. So everybody, have a good rest of your week and have a good weekend.